What's up, guys? This is day number 3 of posting a YouTube video every single day until I make $1 from YouTube. Some things I want to go over about the last 2 videos. I think I'm going to do a quick 20-second or so recap at the beginning of each video about the last videos. Yesterday's video and the day before, I need to not swear. I said some 2 swear words on accident. I didn't even mean to, but I don't think that's helpful for the algorithm. Not that really matters now, but it's a good habit to get into, or to not get into, I guess. Also, I don't know how to edit them out. I do know how, but it takes time. I've not edited a single one of these, and I want to continue doing that. So yeah, anyway, in today's video, I wanted to talk about something that really interests me personally, and something that I think should interest more people. I want to talk about the importance of, one, saving, and 2, keeping your finances in order, and 3, maybe investing, but basically just saving and not spending more than you're making. I want to talk about that. Now, there's a statistic that I think is pretty crazy, that 61% of Americans are living month to month. Now, that's crazy. And numbers can just be numbers sometimes. It's that's crazy, and you move on. But I want you to think about this for a second. Let's break it down into a real world, a more easy for our brain to understand scenario. Let's say you go to a grocery store, right? And you look around. That means if there's 3 people buying bananas, right? That means likely 2 out of those 3 people are living month to month. Okay, that was kind of an odd example, but it's crazy to think about. That means that 2 out of 3, about 2 out of 3, not quite, but 2 out of 3 people that walk out of any store that you see driving on the road, all of them living month to month. And I think a lot of people don't quite realize this, because you'll see somebody driving a nicer car, not necessarily a really nice car, an SUV that probably costs 50 grand, 60 grand, and it's wow, that person must be doing well for themselves. Likely, okay, maybe they are, right? Maybe they are. But a lot of people are horrible with money, and a lot of people will buy these cars they can't afford. And let's take this Jeep on the left of me, for example. I think that car is probably 40 grand. And I don't think, and this, statistically, that person cannot afford it. Statistically, that person is living month to month. I would gamble, it's crazy to think that that person is more likely to be living month to month than not. Just that random person. So anyway, I think it's, also want to talk about is how we can combat this, and how we can not be one of these 60%, or not be part of the 60%, and how it's so important that you make smart financial decisions. Not instant gratification, not buying a car, saving rather than going out to dinner. Okay, but anyway, some of the things you can do, and some of the things I've done. I'm 17, right? And I have some people in my life that have also helped me with this, that I'm very blessed with. But I'm not rich by any means. My parents are not wealthy at all. But yeah. So, I'm 17, and I set up a Roth IRA, basically, that you can put in at max $7,000 every year. If you are not a senior. If you're a senior, I think it's $7.5K or maybe $8K. I'm not quite sure. But you can put in $7,000 every year, and statistically, it has a growth rate of 10 to 12% every single year, which is a lot. I mean, if you think about it, that's a lot. That's a lot of money. If you put in if there's $100,000 in there, That's just $10K you're making every year, free, without doing anything. Anything. You're not doing anything. And you might think, oh, well, $100,000. I mean, no one can put $100,000 in there. But if you start investing and putting money in there, if you could just set aside $7,000 every single year. Oh, and the great thing about it is it's pre-taxed. So let's say you work a job, right? I don't know. Let's say let's take me for example. Say you're cleaning tables. You're a busser, and you make $7,000 a year. It's pre-taxed, so you just match what you made from your job, and you put it into your Roth IRA every single year. So let's say you made $8,000, you take $7,000, you put it into your Roth IRA. It's pre-tax. So that means when you want to take it out, and you realistically should not be taking it out until you're retired. I mean, that's hopefully you don't have to. You don't have to pay any taxes on it. That's just your money. So when you're looking on your app, on your phone, you're looking at your statement for your account, and you see, oh dang, there's $30,000 in there. That is $30,000 of money that is just yours. No taxes. It's pre-tax. That's what I absolutely love about it. So, first of all, please do that. Second of all, people need to stop spending on young people in particular. This is who I'm talking to right now. Young people, please stop spending on the things that you're spending on. I mean, come on. Like, Jordans, buying Jordans. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? You do not need a $300 pair of shoes, and that's low. I mean, that's probably a mean price for it, a medium price for it, but $300 on a pair of shoes that you don't want to wear them that much, especially if you're not like very wealthy. You don't want to wear them because you want to get them dirty because they're expensive. $300 pair of shoes in a year. Okay, some of them may go up in value. Oh, who knows? It'll take 20 years. Yeah, maybe they go up 10 times in value. But $3,000 in 10 years, that's nothing. Like, come on a pair of shoes, and you're probably gonna just wear them until they go bad. But let's say you get $300 of Christmas money, and you're like, oh, I need these Jordans. You buy your Jordans. You're broke. Nobody cares about your shoes. In 5 years, nobody cares that you bought those shoes. Nobody. But if you take that $300 and you save it, and you do anything but spend it, I mean, we're not even talking about investing it in a Roth IRA or whatever. We're just talking about not spending the money. Just keeping it, and it's yours and it's nobody else's. Just don't spend it. Guys, come on. And the amount of people that I see in my personal life, like my peers, I'm 17, my friends, right, that go out to eat and like get Chipotle or get fast food or eat at a restaurant, they have no income. Like, most of my friends have no income, so their parents are paying for it, or some of them, it's even worse, they don't have jobs, and it's just like little savings that they have, and they're using that to go out to eat, and they have food at home. You're 17, you're living with your parents. I'm talking to the people right now that are living with their parents, that are blessed in that way, like I am, and like a good amount of the other, young people in the U.S. are, because we're blessed like that. Guys, we have food at home. You can get a pair of $50 shoes, no brand shoes, at any store, and they'll last you, and you can get good arch support, they'll last you like 3 years, right? 3 years, you don't have to buy shoes. But no, there's people spending $300 a month, my age, with no income on shoes. They're either having their parents pay for it, I don't know how that's possible, or they're just spending all their savings on it. Guys, we've got to stop doing this, okay? And this is why, I cannot do that. There was a car merging, and I was also merging, and it was kind of stressful, and I said that. I'm not supposed to say that. I didn't want to say that. Okay, anyway, I said it. This goes for adults too, and what I mean by that is the cars, buying cars. You've got to stop buying cars you can't afford. I see it too many times. People in college, people have told me, relatives, that when they were in college, and I completely believe this, they get a credit card because they're 18, or 2, or 3, and they just run up a balance. They're buying alcohol. They're buying furniture like that you don't need in college. Just like, oh, I want that. It's like $500 on a credit card. It's a credit card. It's not, I'm not actually using my money. Guys, come on. It's really not that hard to not be one of the 60%. Here's the not the paradox of it, but why it's so easy to fall into it is because it's not hard to not be that 60%, right? It's not hard to just not do that, to kind of change your lifestyle, because once you've changed your lifestyle, it's good. You've adapted to it. It's your habit. Habits are great. But it's also really, really easy to live that lifestyle. So that's kind of what's hard about it. You have to make a conscious effort. It's not like it's really hard, but you have to make a conscious effort to not do these things. But it's also really easy. I mean, it's not hard. But you have to make a conscious effort. But it's also really easy to just not think about it and just spend and not keep track of your money. You have no idea like what your cash flow is. Nothing. So, also, I think I have to put in here, I'm not sure how this works. And again, I want to preface everything I say. It's like there's nobody watching this video, so it doesn't really matter. But this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. If you watch the video up to here, you can probably tell I just have like some vague ideas and some stuff that I follow myself, but I don't really know that much about it. So obviously not financial advice. Don't take any of the stuff what I say right, we got that out of the way. But yeah, guys, it's so important that you save early. The difference from saving when you're 20, starting to save when you're 20 years old, to 30 is absolutely insane. It is the interest that compounds in those 10 years. If you're like contributing a solid amount to any fund, like a Roth IRA, for example, it is going to be so beneficial, and you will thank yourself so much. I just watched a video of a guy in like Ontario, or he's a YouTuber in Canada, and all right, let's go. You're good. Yeah, let's go. Okay. He's a YouTuber in Canada, and he's a cool guy. He makes really good videos. The title of his video was like how to be 37 and a broke loser or whatever. And he's this software engineer. He's super smart, but basically he just got, I don't know how to put it without using bad words. He was treated unfairly. He did private contracting and independent contracting, and also he worked for some companies, and he was just treated unfairly, and it's a very rough market, just like computers. It seems so hard, and you're treated so unfairly, and you have to do so much work. Not something I want to do in my life, to be honest. But anyway, the point is, he's 37 years old, and also he said that I could not save, like, I was literally living paycheck to paycheck, until now, there was literally nothing extra I could put aside. And I would argue that I think there was. Okay, I'm not in his shoes, and I really don't know, but I am sure that there are changes that he could have made to where he could have put aside just a little bit and not be 37 years old and have zero savings. Guys, it is possible. Like, literally, there's the book, the biggest, holy smoke, The Richest Man in Babylon. It's a good book. It's a really short book. I'm sure some people have read it, probably a lot of people. Famous book. And then one of the number one principles in there is pay yourself first. Guys, if you pay yourself first, if you have a paycheck, let's make it simple, of $100, $1,000, every 2 weeks, you get a paycheck for $1,000, right? And forget about taxes, forget about any of that. And you need to pay $500 for rent. Again, this is all less than it is. You're never going to pay $500 rent. It's always going to be more. But for simple talking here, your check is for $1,000. That's your cash flow every single, let's say twice or once a month. Just to make it simple, once a month you get $1,000. You have to pay rent, $500. Your food is $200. Let's say your car is $200 and your phone is $100. And right, so that's $500, $700, $900,000. And then let's say all those other expenses that we didn't think about. So let's say you figured it out that you have to pay $1,200 every single month, and you're like, wait, I only make $1,000. Guys, you out of that $1,000, you take, before any of these expenses, you take $100 out of that and you put it in your pocket. And what that does is now you're thinking, wait, I need to make $300 more a month, not $200. I need to make $300 more a month. And you will figure it out. I guarantee it. If you know you have to make $200 more, you can make $300 more. You can go do yard work for people. You can go knock on people's doors in random neighborhoods and say, I will do yard work for $20 an hour. I will do yard for $20 an hour. If you do that for 3 days, you're good. You made that $300, right? 5 hours a day. If you're working an 8-hour job, let's say 9 to 5, right? You're 9 to 5. You can say, okay, I can come in the evening from 5 or 6 o'clock, let's say, and I can work to 8, right? And that's a full day. Don't get me wrong. That is a full day. But I'm over-exaggerating here. Like, I don't think that many people's scenarios are this extreme. But if they are, that's why I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. You say, I can work from like 6 to 8, so that's 2 hours. So that's $40 in a day. So I take back the three days part. But weekends, there you go. That solves your whole problem. Weekends. However, you don't want to work on your weekends. You want to do something else. So let's say if you can do that for 2 hours every single day, $40 a day. There's 5 days in a week. 5 times 4 is 20. There's your $200. And then, okay, weekends, you're going to have to do a little more. But guys, you got to do what it takes. And then you're putting away $100 every single month. Guys, you know how important that is. Like, it's not much, but it's so important. It's so important that you at least have $1,200 saved in a year. It is essential. Like, there's just, it's a non-negotiable. And also, most people probably won't have to do this rigorous of a schedule, because if they start earlier, you have more room. You can live with your parents. You can save extra money then. You don't have to pay electricity. You don't have to pay water. You don't have to pay rent, usually, unless you're like older living with your parents and they're making you pay. So there's really no excuse. I mean, there is. Okay, right? There's always going to be extenuating circumstances, right? And I'm a white dude who's really blessed, who's living in the U.S. I have no responsibility. I mean, other than my job, but that's stuff I took on in school. It's not like I have a kid, right? I'm not a single mom. Some people are just going through it. And all I say is God bless you to those people, and I really hope it works out. But I'm talking to the majority of people, right? The majority of people, those 60% of Americans, let's say 50, because 10% are living paycheck to paycheck. Those are the excluding people, the single moms that have 3 kids. There's no father figure. They're working all day long, and that just to feed them. Like, there is absolutely no way they can put anything aside. I get that, right? I'm not talking to those people. I don't know. Just God bless you if you're those people, and I pray that the Lord helps you in any way that you can. But to the other people, that 50%, in fact, to the other people, that should really motivate you. That there are people out there, there are single moms out there that are working 12-hour days every single day, no days off, just to feed their kids, just to feed themselves, to have some kind of shelter over their kid's head. So that should be motivating to you. Yeah, guys, so if you're blessed like I am, please stop spending your money on shoes. Please stop spending your money on eating out when you don't need to. And it's too free. Like, I get like once a month, once every 2 months, go to Chipotle, go like to McDonald's, go to a restaurant, whatever. I get that. But guys, once a week, like twice a week, 3 times a week, we can't do that. It's not acceptable. You need to take that money and you need to invest it. And you need to invest it as soon as possible. And you have no idea how happy and how grateful your future self 10 years down the line will be that you made those small sacrifices that you're not going to remember 10 years down the line. You're going to be happy you didn't buy those shoes because you're going to be wiser then. So guys, please, again, none of this is financial advice. I think I have to do that as a disclaimer. I don't know if I do, but I just will, just in case. But this is all just this is all just some knowledge out there, you know, just knowledge, just stuff I'd like to share. Yeah, so that's a wrap for this video. As you can see, I'm recording in the day. I think that's better, so you can see my face. It's a little clearer. The night recordings on my way home were just kind of bad. I don't know. So this, at least you can see something. You can see my face. You can see the shambles camera setup I got going. I want to get a phone holder so it's a little bit better. But yeah, guys, that was it. That was it for this video. So thank you so much for watching. If anyone watched, don't think anyone did. But that was day number 3 of posting a YouTube video every single day until I make $1 from YouTube. So thank you so much, guys, for watching, and please subscribe. There's not that much more time in this video to go through my whole subscribe rant, but guys, to put it very simply for you guys, it's hardly any effort on your part. It's free. You can always unsubscribe, and it helps me out so much. You have no idea how excited I would be if I saw an extra subscriber on my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and that was day 3. Bye.